Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome back to season 2 of the Wiretap. I'm back. um, First season was interesting. I went through the first season learning and trying to figure things out. Um, it was an interesting role for the first one. I definitely got the nerves out and things like that. So this season, I figured I'd start bringing more people on to talk to that have some real dialect because conversation is always good. It moves the culture forward. So today for this first episode of the Wiretap Season 2, I'm going to have the Levels brand come on. Levels was established, I believe, in 2016 by a lovely young lady named Chantel. It's definitely expanding, like I told her earlier. I'm seeing more and more people, wear her brand, and I definitely have faith in it that it's definitely going to be something for the city. So let's get ready to bring her on and let's get this conversation started. All right, let me see. How do I do this thing? Add. Just bear with me, y'all. It's been a minute. There it is.
Hey
Hey,
y'all. Hey y'all. Do y'all see me good?
I can see
Hi.
you.
Is the I hope the lighting is not too off.
No, you fine. You
It's fine.
fine.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for having me, Tony.
No problem. No problem. How you feeling?
I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. I'm happy.
Okay.
I'm excited to be here. Excited to talk, share my story and my journey. Yeah, I'm excited.
That's good. That's good. Like I was telling them earlier, ever since I came to know your brand, I've seen you grow. I remember the first thing I purchased from you, and I was like, "Yo, this is great material." Like
Appreciate
usually,
it.
usually when you buy stuff, sometimes the material don't be right. But
Right.
I wore that thing for a minute.
Right.
Um,
I call that the walking heater.
right.
You don't need no coat with that one, but yeah,
Yeah,
I
I wore
appreciate
that
you
thing
saying
for a minute. So as I had progressed with the first season,
Mm.
I figured that having conversations with entrepreneurs and people of the public would bring more awareness to not only the show, but also to whatever merchandise or content the person is trying to get out
Mm-hmm.
there. We spoke previously, and, a couple questions came to mind.
Okay.
And, the first one being, what inspired the Levels branding lifestyle for you?
So I would say, I feel like it's a plethora of things, but if I had to say like what really like just far as Levels brand, I would say menswear.
Okay.
Because I used to steal Greg's stuff, and he ain't like me wearing his stuff, right? But I used to wear his stuff because it used to be comfortable, right? Like I ain't gonna lie, like I'm not a model size, you know what I mean? So like to be able to wear a pant that like, that like kind of holds you in and like cover the stomach area. It's just like, stuff that's not conforming to your body. You know what I mean? So that was more of really why I was like, when I did start Levels, I was like, I want to gear it towards like menswear for women. You know what I mean? Because like honestly, menswear for women, if you don't have, like I said, the model size body, you may have a little fupa, you know what I mean, or may not have a shape or whatever. It just is very comfortable. It's very versatile. You can dress it up, dress it down, and like you said, it's easy for a lifestyle. Like you can literally, like you said, lounge around the house. You can also go outside and go to the market. You know what I'm saying, with the same thing. So that kind of really inspired me, like menswear. I just love how men's clothes fit on me.
Okay, so you told me you started in 2016. What were some of the earlier pieces that you started with? Like, what have you learned on this journey so far?
Ooh, a lot. But what I started with, the first things I started with, I wish I could have shared I probably could show you some pictures, but literally probably 3 shirts. And it had Levels at the bottom. I had the black square that everybody's asking me to relaunch. So I got y'all. The black square, I'm not sure if you're familiar with that one, but I can show y'all if you would like. And then it was another and it was the LBL. It was called the tribal print. It's still to this day, it's my profile picture on my personal page.
Okay.
So that was like literally, I had 3 of those, but the tribal print was the one that I kind of like showed first. So yeah, there was 3 shirts, literally 3 shirts.
And from that 3 shirts,
well, 3 designs, should I say?
So from those 3, that got you pretty much started, like what have you, I guess I would say, what has been the process since then for you?
Wow. Okay. So my process obviously has been a long process, right? And let's say not as consistent as
Okay.
I wanted it to be. So in the beginning, like you said, in 2016, I feel like I was really, really, really consistent. And then like, I would say tragedy, but basically, you know what I mean? Like I had a situation where all of my, like I used to like pull up on people, go on my street. So I used to have my stuff in my trunk. So one night going to Jano's, I went out one night, and then somebody literally like stole my car, and then had like everything was in it. So like I
Right.
would say like that was like the hardest thing. So I feel like from there it was just like more of me like just being discouraged, you know what I mean, and then trying to figure out like where to start. So of course, like I said, I relaunched maybe about 2 other times before November of 2021. Sorry, 2020. I did relaunch into, but I wasn't consistent, if that makes sense. So I feel like I still had the vision was still the same, but the consistency and me just trying to put out, you know what I mean, put it out there, I guess just wasn't like clicking. So I had to like just find my way. I feel like right now, because of the trial and errors, I'm kind of more familiar of like what to do, what not to do. I'm still learning, right?
Right.
But at least it's like now it's like if one thing I don't know is be consistent. It doesn't matter what happened. Like I need to post. I need to make sure that I'm in front of somebody. You know what I mean? And doing what I need to do to get my brand in front of people.
Right.
So that's what.
Right.
But it was definitely some trials.
and I can understand that because like I had spoken in previous podcasts, you know, I've been wanting to do podcasting since about 2015.
Mm-hmm.
But like you say, that consistency, sometimes the fear,
Mm-hmm.
there's a lot of things that go into play. You know, recently I probably learned maybe a few years ago about what they call imposter syndrome.
Okay, yeah.
Which is, you know, I feel like
it's a real thing.
Yeah, it definitely is a real thing. Do you feel like you were affected by that?
I guess so. I mean, I guess a little bit. I do feel like that. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, I feel like I get there at times, but like you said, I just feel like at the end of the day, I feel like I'm passionate about it. So sometimes, like you said, I'll get in my own way. Like, dang, like, I mean, because fashion was always a thing of mine, but like I said, I never thought that I wanted to do a brand. You know what I mean? But it just so happened to, like, fashion was always a thing. Like I was in fashion shows and all of that, but I never knew I wanted a brand. But I feel like it was perfect lining. You know what I mean? Sometimes you might want to be a singer, but you might wind up being a producer of the music, but you're still in the same field. You know what I mean? So, but I'm just happy to be in the space and, you know, to be creative because I'm a creative person. So to be able to just do that. But I do feel like imposter syndrome because, like you said, like I didn't go to school for this. You know what I mean? So,
Right.
you know what I mean? I didn't go to school for business. I didn't go to school for fashion, although I wanted to. You know what I mean? Things happen. I was a young mom, so I had to, you know, do what I needed to do for my child versus what I wanted to do. You know what I mean? At that time. But, you know, I feel like now I'm in a space where I can really do what I really wanted to do from jump. You know what I mean? Before I had my daughter, you know what I mean? All of that.
So when you say you was into fashion, like expand on that for me a little bit.
So what I say as far as into fashion, so anybody that knows me from like Madison Square Elementary School or even Dunbar Middle School, I've always been in like fashion shows, like, you know, that kind of stuff. Like I said, I always want to be a model. But then, like I said, another discouragement was I'm short. I'm not like a model side, you know what I mean? But I love to model, even down to high school. Like I never did it in high school because at that point, I'm a young mom, so I had my daughter at 14. So I went to a whole nother school. But by the time I did go to another regular school, which was Patterson, some of y'all know me from a lot of my friends and stuff was from Patterson. It was this girl, I can't remember her name, but she used to do modeling, and I wanted to join so bad, you know what I mean? Because that just was something that I wanted to do, but I never did it because I'm like, man, I gotta work, you know, I gotta be home to my daughter. So it was never, but I always wanted to do that. Like I always wanted to dress like, even in Patterson, I used to make statements with my clothes, you know what I mean? Like I would wear the big jewelry over top of the uniform. I always tried to anyway, you know what I mean, to still express myself though. But yeah, fashion, man, I would watch American Sex Top, all that type of stuff. So like I said, fashion was always the thing. I never knew it would be the design thing. But like I said, I even got introduced to my friend named Jessica, who y'all probably know at Regular Exposure. And I was like actually helping her with her brand before. And she kind of opened my eyes back into it. And I was like, kind of told her, like, you inspire me. You know what I mean? You let me like work under you. And, you know what I mean? Kind of be like an apprentice a little bit. Like she didn't even know. But I'm like, I've always loved fashion. So for you to be like introducing me to stuff, like going to New York and going to the fashion district and stuff like that, she kind of like, that kind of opened my eyes to also start levels as well. Like, you can do this. You know what I mean? So I would say that as well. But yeah, it's a
So
lot of fashion was always.
who were some of your inspirations as far as that was in the fashion game? Like, who were some of the people that you were inspired by?
Ooh, okay. So as far as style, or you mean as far
Yeah,
as the
style.
style?
Yeah, style. Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm gonna be honest. Like I don't know. I mean, as far as y'all may not know her, but her name is Takunda. I love her. But if I have to talk about like older people fashion style, like I'm gonna be honest. Like I love like Mary J. Blige. Like if I had to pick a style, like I love how Mary J. Blige dress. I don't know if y'all know Rashida, Ashanti. Like it's a lot of people that I like, and it's not like you said, big names. Like I like simple, clean stuff as far as like as far as fashion. So it's not like a Dior or you know what I mean or nothing like that. I don't. I mean, of course, I get inspired by them. I do watch some high fashion stuff, but honestly, it's just simple wear, like everyday wear. Like that's the kind of like fashion I like simple, cute, clean fashion.
But to be honest with you, that's how it starts, in my opinion. Like, if you really delve in some of the history of some of these big fashion houses, you see some of them started off as something else.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if I'm not mistaken, I think MCM was a luggage brand at
Oh
one
yeah,
point in time.
right. Mm-hmm.
And Louis Vuitton, I think they was like a suit brand, and Gucci was like a shoe thing at one point in
Mm-hmm.
time, like leather shoes. So I think, like I said earlier to you, I feel like your brand has the potential to really
Right.
do something because, like I said, when I had that first piece, I was like, okay, I'm not used to this because
Okay.
usually when
Uh-huh.
you get something, the material, like when I say the material, I was like, yo, she could have really charged me like
But
top, yeah, because it's like the material of
I
it was just
appreciate it.
so
I appreciate
nice.
it. Yeah,
So
but like if I and like you said, that's what I like. I want, like you said, I don't want to break the bank. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like you said, I want to make sure that it's quality pieces. And again, like my brand is about versatility and sustainability. So if I want you to rewear it and you know what I mean, wear it different ways, like it has to be great quality. You know what I mean? Like you can't wear it, put it in a dryer or something, and then you can't wear it again. Like that's not what I want. I want you to be able to keep wearing it. You know what I mean? So that's what I said. Like it's crazy that like that was one of my things. Like I wanted to make sure that everything was quality, but for people to actually like really see, because like what's quality to somebody else may not be quality to them. You know what I mean? Or maybe they don't know
right.
quality. But literally, like even yesterday, like people were just coming up and just like feeling the stuff or just looking at it and just telling me like how the quality was. So people to like actually recognize that and knowing that that's what I really want to stand by is like everything, like that and customer service. But
And I feel like once you get that stamp of approval on
mm-hmm.
it, it's like the quality, because that's what people mostly care about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's the quality. Because like I said, when I bought the crew neck, it felt like I was wearing like some Nike Tech. If you're familiar with
Okay.
Nike Tech, that's how the material. That's what it reminded me of, at
I
least.
appreciate it.
And I'm really, and just to let y'all know, I'm really not gassing her. Like that's exactly what she gave. Like it's really
Y'all can go online and see,
right.
y'all. I'm telling y'all, he ain't
It's
lying.
really good quality. It's definitely good quality. So
Yeah.
my next question for you would be, hold on, my thing went down.
That's okay. And I did want to say this, if real quick before you say that, because like you said, Nike and everything. So I did tell you people, but if I had to say brands, like I don't know, like brands that inspire me, definitely like I look at my brand to be like a Gap or like a Nike or Adidas, like kind of that kind of like, you know what I mean? Athleisure kind of sort of wear, but still, like I said, functional pieces and good quality. So like they're like the people that I would, the brands that I would say that I inspire to, other than the people.
Right.
Sorry,
and like I tell, me and my homeboy have this conversation all the time because he's big into fashion.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's a difference from being fashionable and then just wearing stuff off the mannequin.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's a difference from that. And I feel like with your pieces, you definitely could, like, and I've seen some of the things you repost, some of the people that supported you or some of the clientele you had, and they really put it on. They put it together.
Right?
Right. So it's just like I know those camo pants was hitting.
Yes.
One of your, like that shirt the other day when the one you just released.
Oh,
When
yes.
Dee was like, she didn't have any more. I was like, yeah, I really want that one.
No, I'm sorry.
No, it's not your fault. Yeah, it's not. That means the stuff is selling. It's
right.
selling.
Yeah,
So
they definitely came to get that.
Yeah, that shirt. I was like, that's the. And I even told her. I sent in a text. I said, yeah, that's the one right there.
I appreciate that. I'm so happy y'all receiving it. Like, oh my God. Like, y'all just don't know. Like, y'all know, like, I've been trying to, it's just like, it's overwhelming in a good way.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, it just like, bring tears to my eyes, honestly. Like, I really appreciate y'all receiving everything. Like, that's to me everything. For real.
What do you think outside of, like you said, the consistency and some of the bumps in the road that you've experienced? what are some of the other hard obstacles that you faced as far as being in this field, being this entrepreneur in this field?
Well, I would say not basically, I would say not having the faith that I needed to have. And then, like I said, of course, I would say, because like I said, you have to have faith. Like at this point, like the faith that I had to do was, like you said, just leap out there and like leave my job and make sure like this is a full-time thing. So that way I know that it's going to work. So literally September of, I'm sorry, was it 2021? I think it was 2021. I left my job. So I've been doing this since then, you know what I mean, full time. And it's hard as hell, you know what I mean? Like it's days, you know what I mean? I don't get, you know what I mean, get sales, like it's hard, you know what I mean? But you got to keep, like, it's just the consistency. Like even the days that you don't get sales or the days that, you know what I mean, you don't really want to get up, you got to find something to do within your business, you know what I mean? Because like you said, you don't have nobody, no manager, you know, tap you on your show or micromanage you, or you don't have like, you know what I mean? Like, you just have nothing but time. So you have to make sure you're managing it and make sure you're making the most of it. You know what I mean? And always finding something to do within the business. So, because you can get stagnant, you know what I mean? Like, you can get discouraged. Like, and I'm not saying that I don't, because I still do. Like, I get in my ways or feel like, oh, you know, even about content and stuff like that, like just being hard on myself, you know what I mean?
Right.
And I need to get myself out there, you know what I mean, more and tell my story. So, sorry. So I'm glad that this is happening because people been on my butt about it. So that's another thing that I say I struggle with just like, because I'm not a shy person, which is crazy, but like I don't know what it is. It's just like, I just have been like, you know, pushed away, but I feel like I need, like right now, especially with the traction, I need to like start telling my story and, you know, being more here.
Right.
So,
Yeah, you definitely got to do that, because like I told you earlier, you just never know who you would inspire.
Right.
Like I said, you know, I don't just post this here, I post it in other places, so you never know what eyes are watching, and
Right.
people can hear your story and feel like they can keep going.
Yes.
Or things aren't impossible to do, because you know, we all got to start somewhere. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like we all got to start. I've seen a couple success stories of people that I personally know, and it's like, oh, I remember when it was just this, and now look at you. So,
and that's another thing, like looking back, you get what I'm saying? Like even like you said, to where I started, you know what I mean? It's just like, I really appreciate that. Like even like we just had our 7th-year anniversary on the 9th, and like I had to go back and like literally go. Thankfully, I had like a whole lot of pictures back then, but I literally went back and like I had to sit back and like that, like all the feedback, like people like, you need to bring that back out, just stuff like that. And you know what I mean? People receiving even from back in 2016, still wanting, you know what I mean, the stuff that I did. So like that, just like, oh wow, like y'all really messed with me. I appreciate that.
right.
So yeah, for real, like the love and support. And like I said, all support is support to me. So it's overwhelming, but I get overwhelming. I love it.
So my next question is a little deep.
Okay.
What were your thought processes to keep you going when you really felt like giving up? Because I know you spoke on wanting to give up. How was your mind when you was at like really at that point of like, you know what, I'm just gonna let this go and I'm gonna go focus on something else?
Wow.
I'm sorry.
So you said, what was my thought process about it?
Yeah, like how did you keep yourself in the game, pretty much?
Gotcha. Honestly, a prayer book, that was definitely one. But also I think it's literally overall, my family, like I feel like my family, my support system helped me a lot. Like I really have like the best. My husband, like allowing me to even do this full time. You know what I mean? Like my mom, like I definitely have a great, even like my supporters, you know what I mean? Like for the people who do, you know what I mean? I think about that. Like if you stop now, you know what I mean? The people that do believe in you, like, you get what I'm saying? My kids, like I think about my kids, like I want so much more. And overall, just my passion, yo. Like when I say I love this, it's not just something that I just, you know what I mean? Of course I thought of an idea, but it's not like it was just something that I just like, oh, I just want to start a clothing line. Like it never was like that. It was really for like to build a community, you know what I mean, around Levels brand. So that's why I call y'all my fam. Like, you know what I'm saying? A lot of y'all are my fam, but like literally I want to build a community around it. So I feel like just knowing where I can go, you know what I mean? Like I feel like I know I want more. This is what I want. I really don't. I'm not saying I don't like the work. That's not it, because I do.
But you want to work for
I don't want to
yourself.
I want to work for myself. You know what I mean? Like I've gotten that. I feel like once
that.
I got a taste of that, it's just like, you know what I mean? Like you said, just having the people that believe in me and stuff, and just the push that I needed. I feel like why not? You know what I mean? Like, why not bet on myself and keep going? You know what I mean? If not for myself, why not for my family, or like I said, for my supporters who, you know, truly love my brand and want to, you know, want to be a part of it. So that's what it is. But definitely pray and passion. Because if you're not really passionate about it, you're not gonna. You get what I'm saying? You're not, because like you said, you could sell anything. You know what I mean? Like, but you had like if you're really passionate about it, you're gonna take heed to everything. Like, you know, everything is like a sensitive thing. Like, it's my livelihood. You know what I mean? And that's how I feel about like levels. Like, I'm very sensitive about it. I love it.
And I completely understand that. Like, even when I get some of my feedback, you know, sometimes it hurt when I hear certain things, but but I also realize like this critique is trying to help me.
Exactly.
And I've also dealt with, you know, wanting to stop in the beginning. You know, when I felt like, I remember one episode I didn't have anybody watching. For the whole hour, nobody was watching. But in my mind, I just was like, you know, I got to keep going because, you know, something's eventually going to happen for me. That's just, you know, that's how I go. You put in that 10,000 hours. Something is eventually going to come your way. But I definitely understand what you mean when, you know, when you say you got to have that prayer and, you know, and it's almost like for me, like it'll be moments where I'd be thinking like, maybe this ain't going to be it for me. And then somebody will randomly hit me up and be like, yo, I just listened to your episode. Like, you just gave me a whole different perspective.
It be so random, right?
Yeah,
like, so, like you said, like, it be even your support system that, like you said, it'll be signs or anything. Like, you get what I'm saying? You'll be down and you might, like, I might get an order, or like I might be down and somebody might comment or reshare a picture, or, you know what I mean? Or something like that. Like, and then, like you said, when you have a good support system and, like, they know that you're really passionate about it and, like, you're stepping foot out and you're doing it, like, that's great. Like, that's great because you want that. You know what I mean? Because obviously you wouldn't have started if you didn't want to do it. And I know you've been talking about it for a long time. So I'm so proud of you for even, like, going out there and being consistent like you have. Like, I'm so happy and proud of you, for real.
Thank you.
For real.
and then, you know, sometimes I think, and this is another question for you, have you ever got lost in trying to find perfection?
Yes. Okay, like I struggle with it so bad. Like I got so much stuff, it's ridiculous. But yeah, perfection, and I have to get out of that. You know what I mean? And just understand like everything is trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like I need to put it out there and see if people receive it versus, you know what I mean, holding everything to myself or feeling like I need to wait till everything's perfect. Prime example, like I be feeling like, okay, I need product shots, I need content shots, I need to do a video, I need to do a reel of showing at least 5 ways, or, you know what I mean, like 5 ways of how you can wear this. And sometimes it's like, yeah, of course that's good, but like sometimes I could post a picture. I mean, I've done it before, even with like those crew necks that you had. Like it was like people was looking for that because like when I posted that, it was selling off of just that before I even did like all the videos. Or like prime example, the members only. Some stuff is like, you know, like it don't need all of that. My cousin sometimes tell me that too. She be like, girl, just like if she say this hoodie, she like, I'm like, I gotta do all this. She like, girl, just post it. What are you doing? And I'm like, I get it, but I guess like I said, I try to be a perfectionist, like make sure I got my content and all of that together. And she's just like, no, just post it. But I'm just like, I think I do that. Like I said, I'm like, well, you know my quality, you know my product, you can say, but I'm like, I'm also, so in my head, I'm like, I still need to do the video because I got to show that the people that it's versatile. That they can wear it 5 times. They can dress it up, dress it down. You know what I mean? So but like you said, sometimes just put it out there. You got it, put it out there. And then that could be content you could do later on if it's not selling the way you want it to, or if it's not received the way that it needs to be received. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying I'm about to put a whole bunch of product pictures on my live. I mean on my feed or nothing. But just like you said, just making sure, like sometimes like you said, just do what you got. Like if you're starting a business, just start with what you got. You know what I mean? Like I mean, you might be comfortable like where you at right now, like you said, like, and I love this setup, but like you said, you might want to be like, you know, I want to go somewhere else, you know what I mean, shoot somewhere else or something like that. So just like you said, just starting with what you have. You got your mic, you got your live, you got your recording, and you started. You know what I mean? And it's perfect. So just don't. I feel like being perfect, I still struggle with it, but I feel like I've gotten a lot better with it, with just making sure that I just put it out.
Right. Yeah. And it's crazy because when you say that, like when I saw that y'all had the setup when y'all was starting the podcast, I was like, man, I need something like that.
Right.
But then, like, in my mind, I'm like, well, that's their thing, and my thing is this. And I've had people be like, why don't you just pre-record the show? And I was like, I think it's more interesting that I can bring people on and have a conversation with them.
You're being different. Right.
Yeah, and that's kind of what you got to be in the game in a sense.
Mm-hmm.
We all got to have our niche person.
Our niche, exactly.
And mine is through the live.
Right,
until
exactly.
until things get to a space where I can feel comfortable inviting people that I may not be acquainted with.
Right.
That's still a process in this.
Right, exactly.
You get what I'm saying? So it's
I feel you. Because you got to think about, you got to protect your energy and your space as well. You know what I mean? So
exactly.
I get that too. So I completely get that.
Exactly.
But yeah, but like you said, just starting, man. Like, start with what you got. Like you said, you'll get there. You know what I mean? Like, if I told you like where I started, you know what I mean? It's just crazy. Like, I didn't have inventory sitting, like, you know what I mean? Like I do now. Like, I don't have, like, my space is not as full as my space is fuller than it was before. Like, and I can go back and, like I said, have collections and go back to like 2016, and people still wanting those same designs, which is crazy. You know what I mean? I would think, but they like, no, I still want those designs. So, you said, just to embrace where you come from. I really, 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 really agree with that.
And two, I like that you came in clutch for a friend of mine a few months ago.
Okay.
We had a radio interview.
Yes.
And so speak on the side hustle that you do within your business.
Okay. So on the side, I actually do custom orders as well for other brands, or it doesn't have to be a brand. It could be, look, your family reunion is coming up and you need some t-shirts, custom t-shirts. I'll do that for you. I've done for soccer teams before. I've done some stuff for like basketball teams. So I do custom stuff, embroidery, printing, and all of that. So I do need to promote that more. I definitely do. But yeah, so I do that, and of course I got the Levels of Conversation podcast as well that I do with my husband. But yeah, as far as the custom stuff, if y'all need some custom stuff, y'all like the work that I have out, then I can make sure that I do it. I can do that for you too.
Right.
So, that's Brandon. I just did a wholesale order for her and her kids, rich kids. So and I just she picked it up yesterday. It's so nice. I can't wait till it come out. But yeah, I did a custom order for her. So yeah, Tony, I might have to get you the Wiretap t-shirt.
Oh no, I'm already plotting.
Okay, I have to get you one. Send you one.
Yeah, don't worry, because I definitely spoke to D about that. I was like, I need some shirts. I might need some hoodies.
Okay.
So yeah,
I got you on the quality. All right,
yeah.
I got you.
So. Is being an entrepreneur the hardest part, or is it being a black woman in the entrepreneur field the hardest part? Like, is it being an entrepreneur harder in general, or the fact that you're a black woman in a field that's mostly dominated by men?
I was about to say that. Okay, so I think that's a hard question, because I feel like with entrepreneurship, right, it's always going to be ups and downs, right? No matter what, because if you're trying to scale your business, it's going to be something that you have to learn new, or you haven't done before, and then it may make you uncomfortable. You know what I mean? So I feel like that's going to be a challenge no matter what. Like, entrepreneurship is not easy. You know what I mean? It's always going to be a bump, but you just have to, like you said, push forward and find a way, find a solution. You know what I mean? To make sure that you get across that. However, that's a hard one, because like you said, I was going to say, because I also feel like would probably be hard for me as a black woman in a male dominated thing, because industry. That would be hard. Oh my God, this is a real hard one.
Just answer how you want to answer it. It's okay.
I'm gonna say I think both of them have their pros and cons and like their speed bump, because like you said, male dominated with the stuff that I sell. You know what I mean? So I may have to sell myself a little more. I may have to, you get what I'm saying? Like, it is harder. But so I would say both of them, because like I said, even with entrepreneurship, you never know. Like, you get what I'm saying? Shit happens all the time. Right. So you never know what can happen. So but yeah, I think they both have their downfalls, or their little trials and tribulations, or obstacles, or whatever. But guess what? I'm right here to try to like climb them. You know what I mean? Get over them at this point. Like, whatever. Bring whatever you need to bring to me. I don't care, because I know that is a male dominated, industry. So I just got to work that much harder. You know what I mean? And let people, understand the brand. So.
I feel you on that, because like I know a few people that have taken that entrepreneur role, including yourself, and I hear the stories, and I hear like the broke days, and then they just waiting for that one day where everything just kind of clicks and comes together. I mean, it's just like life in general. Right. That's just life. You know what I'm saying? Like you said, we're gonna have those bumps in the roads. We're gonna have the ups and downs. And you just gotta have the faith, and like you said earlier, you gotta bet on yourself. It's definitely and I spoke on this before with another individual, you know, I feel like we're all going to come to a crossroad where we're either going to dedicate ourselves to what we're trying to do as far as outside of that 9 to 5, or we just going to be content with the 9 to 5. You get what I'm saying?
And that was a struggle I had to like deal with. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, because I did it full time with far as levels for a long time, and then I feel like that discouragement of like my stuff getting taken and everything like that, and just really having to start over, really was like, you get what I'm saying? I was like, dang, I go to, and then I got comfortable. So my 9 to 5. Then when I went back to a 9 to 5, I got comfortable because it was right around the corner from my house. It was like, and then, like, I love the people that I work with, you know what I mean? But in the back of my mind, I'm like, I just really want to start saving so that way I can really, like, you know, do this full time. I didn't want to really be there, you know what I mean? And then I feel like circumstances. So COVID happened. I wasn't really happy with my man, you know what I mean? All that kind of stuff kind of was, like, coming full circle for me. And it was an opportunity where it was like, you know, let's just try, like just go, you know what I mean? My husband was behind me, like, look, I'm just waiting on you. And like I said, I took a little while longer, but I just was like, you know what? I'm gonna just take the faith, like you said, take the leap of faith. Like, honestly, that's literally what I did. Like, I just took what I had to do, took my husband's word, and just did it.
and just to give him his praise, you know, shout out to Greg for that, because you know, that's a commitment.
Yes.
To have to handle certain things on your own.
Exactly.
You know, and you know, he bet on you as well. Not only did you bet on yourself, but your husband bet on you as well. And
I
he
can
gave
never
you the
ask
support.
for nothing and that's crazy, right? That's what I said. Like, sometimes and then that's another reason. Like you said, like you said, as far as my family, like I can't quit. Like my husband sacrificed me, you know what I mean? Me leaving my job to make sure that he's telling me, like, I got you. So I already know I got enough faith in you that you're gonna push this and do what you need to do. You know what I mean? So it's like, if it's not for him, not for my kids, not for myself, not for my supporters, like, at this point, I got a list to go down before I be like, I can't, you know what I mean? Before I go, you know what I mean? Just quit or like give up. Like that right there in itself is like, you believed in me enough and going to hold it down for us to make sure that I can live out my dream and do what I want to. I'm going to do it. Period. I got to.
Right. Now, like I said, that's a big thing. Right. That's a big
really
a step.
Because everybody don't have that, right?
Yeah. Everybody.
Out here, life be life, man. I mean,
yes, it do.
$10. Listen.
So what's the future for Levels? What's the plans?
Oh my goodness. I mean, I have so many plans. And you know what? I didn't know if I wanted to share it, but I'm going to share it anyway. I had wrote it down in my notes a while ago, because again, I'm big on community, right? I'm really big on community. And I came up with this thing called CORE, right? Which is like community opportunity, right? Resources, and events. Right. So all in all, like, I want to build a community. Right. And then the opportunity, I want to find opportunities for people, whether that's helping them, you know what I mean, with jobs, or having them have a space for being creative or whatever like that. And then resources, like I said, build, like, hopefully I'll be able to like create jobs. You know what I mean? Like, hopefully Levels get big enough where even if I need a warehouse or however that looks, you know what I mean? I'm not going to say I don't want a store, but that's not like, you know what I mean? I kind of want to stay online, but like, if that's what it goes to and the demand is for that, I don't mind doing that. But my major thing, like I said, is really just building community. Like, and like I said, and as far as, resources and events, I love like getting people, like all people together, you know what I mean? So like, I love going out, I love dancing. So like, me and my husband always talked about like opening up a space. So I'm hoping that, you know, Levels can get me where I can open up like a big enough venue space where I can have events and have like, you know, creatives come. We can have brunches, we can have like, you know, nice nighttime parties, and have you, if you need a photographer, we have that space to do that. You know what I mean? If you're a rapper or artist, you can come there and, you know, express your art. So that's big. That's like the bigger picture of Levels. Like literally just building that community and that family base. Like,
so pretty much like a I wouldn't say an art house, but like an entertainment house.
Yeah, kind of. I guess you could say that.
Yeah,
I love entertainment. You know what I mean? Like you said, art. You know what I mean? Rather that, like you said, we can I don't care. We could use the space for like an art museum one time. You know what I mean? Like, I just, like they said, if I can have a big enough space, I feel like it's endless. Like, I feel like I'll have workshops there. You know what I mean? Maybe even podcast, like a section where you could do podcasts. Like, it could be a multi-purpose venue. But I do definitely want to stick with core, like the community, you know what I mean? The opportunity, resources, and events like that. I wrote that down, and I was like, I don't know if I want to share that. No, I'll be taking my idea. But like at the end of the day, that's literally like, for real. Like I said, I call y'all my fam. Like, my supporters, my family, because I really feel like that. Like, y'all spend your hard-earned money, you know what I mean, with me, and take a bet on me, you know what I mean? Some of y'all may not, you know what I mean, the price, like you said, I feel like my prices are pretty decent, you know what I mean, compared to the quality and everything. But I understand that, you know, some people don't have, you know, maybe $65 for, you know, to spend on a hoodie or nothing like that. But when you do, you know, spend it, I'm just so appreciative. Like I said, you could spend it anywhere. You know what I mean? Like,
Right.
you could. You know what I mean? You ain't have to bet on me or continue to shop with me. So that I just want to let y'all know, like, y'all family to me. Once y'all, like, even if, like I said, it ain't about the purchases, but if you're in my community, that's what I wanted. That's what I wanted to be. I just wanted to build on that. That's it.
So you got
Positivity as well, like just positive vibes.
exactly. You got any future pieces that you want to share real quick?
Future pieces
or pieces that you have? Just like, I know the hoodie because I'm definitely.
Oh yeah.
I still gotta grab that from.
Yeah. So this is the tie-dye cream hoodie and creamsicle. So it got like this like ombre effect on it, and it's a tie-dye hoodie. I mean, I can show y'all. I mean, I don't know if you want me to go get. I can get the members only T-shirt if you want. But I did just release a members only graphic T-shirt. I usually stick to classic simple things or whatever like that. So when I did decide to do a graphic, I wanted to make sure that it was still like in line with levels. You know what I mean? And I'm not saying like I didn't want it to be too crazy, like busy. You know what I mean? I wanted, like I said, I wanted to be in line with levels with like just it's still like clean aesthetic. You know, very that you could kind of still wear all the time. So I'm so happy that y'all receiving it. Like that's just like my first graphic, because I didn't know if I wanted to do it. Like I know people love graphics, but I was just like like I said, I was just in my head, like even like talking with my husband, just trying to figure out like what can we do that can be a graphic, but just like I didn't want it to be no cars and like you know what I mean, like all like weird stuff. I wanted to make sense, so we took a leap with that members only thing, and y'all been doing it.
Yeah, that's like I told you, that's the one. I said that's the one that's hitting. I know that's hitting. Because when I seen it, I was like, yo, make sure, like when she came to the what was it, the pop-up shop?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, they all gone. They sold. I was like, I knew they would be sold.
They left me with one, just one, and I was they just left me with one. But I did restock, so they come in. I got some more because I was like, oh my god, I didn't know. I mean, I had a feeling they would, but I was just like, I didn't know they was going to do me like that. Like they literally left me with one. And I'm surprised I even came back with one the way they was coming. Like some people just coming just for that. So. Like I said, to be received. I did put it back on the website, so if y'all want to check it out, y'all can definitely go on the website and check it out. It's a pre-order price right now, still the Black Ass Locals pricing that I did. It will be going up on Friday, so if y'all want one, join the fam. It's for the real members only. So I appreciate it. But I got more graphics coming, so make sure y'all listen. I see that y'all like that, so we're still going. We got some graphics coming. I got some stuff for the ladies, and they've been asking for bathing suits, so I'm gonna be doing those button-ups that I have on the website, the mesh ones. They're gonna kind of like be like cover-ups as well to transition into summer. So like right now, you can wear this t-shirt, wear it as a dress, wear it as a regular shirt. But I want that to transition into summer, so that could be like your cover-up. You going down if you go to Miami or whatever, have your bathing suit on, you could throw that on and still be comfortable, and you know what I mean. So yeah, so I got a lot in the works. I'm listening to y'all. I'm getting y'all feedback, seeing what y'all like, and then I'm just if y'all like it, I'm gonna restock it and get other colors. But I also with levels, I just wanted to say this. I kind of want to, in my way, I was like, I want some stuff to be exclusive too. You know what I mean? A little bit. Not saying that they won't come back out or nothing like that, but I want y'all to know, like, y'all better get certain stuff because, like I said, the old stuff that people didn't get, now they asking for, and it's like, I might bring it back, but then if I do bring it back, y'all got to be on it because I don't know when I'm going to bring it back. So that's another thing just to throw out there.
Right. And
like, get on it if you want it.
If I'm not mistaken, don't you make kids wear it too?
Say it one time.
Do you make kids wear?
Yeah, I do. So I haven't came out with a full kids line. I do have some sample of kids stuff though. I just haven't brought it out there. But I can offer that as well, and I can do that as for customs as well too. But for levels, I am going to introduce it. I just haven't had the right time right now to kind of like introduce it right now, and I'm just like you said, trying to be perfect. That trying to be perfect thing.
Right.
I honestly was supposed to come out with kids stuff for like this year for Easter. You know what I mean? I wanted to do like even like, so I know Mother's Day coming, so maybe I could probably do a mommy and me thing, but I need to get out my head and just do it because I've been saying it for a long time.
Right. And if you need models, I got kids.
You got okay.
So.
All right, I'll send them some stuff. Yeah, let me know that size because, and like another thing, like a lot of my supporters, sometimes I don't have stuff on my website. And they reach out to me and ask me for certain stuff. And sometimes if it's like you said, if it's a hot commodity, I post it. I'll go ahead and do it. But I was just saying, like, if y'all see something that maybe is not the color on there, y'all can ask me like, hey, you got this in this color or whatever like that. Cause I do that too. Like the sport ones, they be, wanting, their own little thing. So I just wanted to throw that out there as well.
All right. Before we get off, again, share everything you want to share. Let them know where they can find you, the website.
Sure. So again, y'all can follow me here at levels_brand. My personal is levels only. Y'all can shop at www.levelsbrand.com. And I was just wondering, I mean, I probably could give y'all a code. I mean, I don't know. Should I do like a code for y'all for the podcast or something like that? I can do a code.
I feel like you about to get some new clientele, so why not?
All right, so I could put. All right, so if y'all do want to shop, like I said, my what I was about to say. Oh, the website is levelsbrand.com. If y'all use levels15, then y'all can get 15% off, or y'all can sign up for my email or my text list, and y'all can get 20% off. So y'all can just do that on my website. But if you just want to use the levels15, don't want to, sign up, you can do that. Catch that levels member only, because I only put a certain amount on my website, and it'll be shipping out on by Friday. So if y'all want that shirt, get it. But yeah, I appreciate y'all. Like anybody that came on here, stayed on here, commented, like, bought the members only, just supporting me through just reposting. Like I said, I appreciate every one of y'all. Like, y'all just don't know. Like, I really be like, man, people be fucking with me, and I appreciate that.
Right. And like I said, they should, because that quality is different. That was different.
I appreciate it. Listen, that's all I want to say about quality and my customer service, man. I'm trying to be undefeated, okay? I'm trying to be way better than Chick-fil-A.
I feel you on that. Thanks again for coming on.
No, thank you.
Like I said, I'm gonna have probably future shows, and I'll probably bring you back. I actually want to do an episode where I bring a couple of y'all on, because I did one last season, Mystique brand that one of my coworkers has that I really like. And I understand relationships as far as like that, the politics and the communication and the building.
You never know, right?
Yeah,
we all can learn from each other. Like, I'm all down, like you said, I'm all down for that. Like, anybody that even, like you said, starting a business, if y'all have questions or anything like that, like, of course, I do have my own thing, so don't be, you know what I mean? I ain't saying, like, bombard me, but I will, like, I'm not that type of person. Like, if you have questions and I had the resources, I'm gonna give it to you. You know what I mean? Like, I'm not that type of person. If you need, if like you said, if you're like, hey, I need to start, where can I start? I'll give you the information. So if you are thinking about, starting a brand and you just want to know where to start, or just have, like, some questions, just let me know. Just let me know. Just send me a DM or, an email, and I got you.
Yeah, so I'm gonna chop this up, meaning the clips and everything.
Okay.
If you want some of them, I'll send you some.
Yeah, of course.
So I'll be sure to tag you and have the code on the in the caption.
Oh yeah, okay. I guess no. You would have to put it. Yeah, levels 15. If you want to put that on there, that's fine. Yep, levels 15. They can use it. It'll be good for them to use.
Right. That's my man right there. That's my other homeboy. That's Germ.
He got
the trillionaires, homeless trillionaires brand. He got some shirts coming out. Them joints is fire too.
Okay, so. What is it, Germ? I want to make sure I get his name. Let me snapshot. Okay, I'll snapshot. I just wanted to make sure I snapshot so I can get his name so I can follow him. We definitely got a link. You got some questions? Okay, cool. Let me know.
Well, good night, and thanks again.
Thanks again, Tony, and thanks for sharing your space. You know what I mean? I really appreciate you. I love you for this. Thank y'all, and thanks to everybody that tuned in. I appreciate y'all.
All right. Good night.
All right, have a good night. All right, bye, y'all.